חמאס, מאחורי חיזבאללה, מאחורי אחרים.
As tensions remain high between Israel and Iran, there are fears about how an escalation could wreak havoc on the region and the global economy. Since the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Israel and the Islamic Republic have been enemies. But the drone and missile strikes on Israel by the Islamic Republic, which came after Israel's strike on an Iranian diplomatic compound in Syria, were the first direct attacks on Israeli soil. In the past, Iran has used proxy forces. Security analysts say it's possible Israel will respond by hitting specific regime targets within Iran without warning.
The history of the assassination of the Iranian nuclear personnel or commanders and facilities tells us it's not that difficult for Israel to attack back, but were they going to do that from the Israel territory to show the power, or following the same rule and attacking from inside of Iran? I think it will be the combination of both tactics.
But if that happens, Tehran could then respond with further attacks, and that could spark a regional war.
The danger really lies in the expansion of the conflict and something which could cause a regional inferno that nobody can control, and with enormous political and strategic and economic impact of global scale.
Many Western nations, including Australia, have had sanctions in place against Iran for years in response to its nuclear program and amid ongoing human rights abuses of its own people. Those could be ramped up, but may not be effective.
Iran has already been under very heavy US-led sanctions for a long time. And the regime has survived mainly because that it has really diversified its foreign policy, and it has forged a very close strategic ties with Putin's Russia and Xi's China. And this is largely to counter the US pressure and the pressure from US allies.
If the war spreads further, it could also disrupt oil running through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway through which 20 to 30% of the world's oil is shipped.
You would have fairly significant disruptions in oil markets that would lead to a 15% increase in oil prices and also increase in shipping costs.
Market analysts say an escalation could lower the Aussie dollar, and higher oil prices could unleash renewed inflation.
It's disappointing that this could disrail, hopes for lower interest rates in Australia and globally later this year if tensions in the Middle East do escalate.
And with the combination of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the Treasurer is worried about the economic fallout.
We expect a bit of volatility, whether it's oil prices, stock markets, even things like the price of gold. And so we are receiving warnings about that. I am focused on that and concerned about that.
For now, the world continues to grapple with how to bring peace and stability to a region that's been long plagued by conflict.